Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Fong. Thinking right out here in the lab. I'm having too much fun, but I'm enjoying doing what I do for you. I hope you appreciate it too. So let's do what we do. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. This is one of them. You tuning in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's continue. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. Everybody has the opportunity to do just that. If you're a right thinker, that's your goal. And right thinkers, my mission is to have all you know thyself. And if you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. So I ask the question, do you know you? After I'm done, you will know thyself. That's the goal. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and know not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and always to Maya, be true. Take a hit for this one. You know how I do. We don't care. Right thinkers, let's talk about, I got some issues. This going to be, it start out with a rap and it went way south. And I'm looking, I said, what the hell? So I'm trying to put this lesson together for you. So the right thinkers, let's talk about teaching. Unlike pimping, ain't easy. This ought to be interesting. Let's go, because I had a different agenda that I started out with. I don't know why I ended up. So I don't want to give you a lesson in pimping, but it probably seem like that, but there's a message in here. So let's go. All right. Not that it was right, but I taught people a lot of what we call the hustle. Okay, a lot about what we call hustle, aka the game. LOL. I'm being nice, but I taught a lot of people a lot of bad stuff because I learned it. So I just passed it on. If I said to do something for or with somebody, it was done with no question. That's power. And as I'm thinking back, I'm hearing all this SA, sexual assault. I had no idea what the hell that is. Well, I never done it. I'm just as numb to that nonsense. Don't have a clue about that. But when I was doing. It was everything we did. We all knew what we was doing. And, okay, but I ran an illegal organization, drug ring. Okay, I had the corner on the market, had my store, had the front, and I was the teacher in the streets with my classroom. But what I was teaching was life. It's just street life. Young people, if you want to know anything about the game, probably don't, but if you want to learn a lesson, go get a record called Street Life by the Crusaders and listen to the lyrics. Back then, we had music that said things. That was a record that told you about that life. And if you was about that life and you don't know street life, you ain't really about that life. So just check it out and ask yourself, am I doing that? Yeah, that's what it's all about. If you ain't doing that, you ain't about that life. I was raised in that life. Okay, like I said, I taught street life for years, 5 to be exact. And I had a bunch of students, AKA workers, ready to do whatever I told them. That's scary. That was the power, but And to each one, male and female, I had never abused none of them, physically, mentally, or no other way, sexually, none of that. Okay, never. I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't built that way, so I don't know nothing about that. Okay, yeah, I had control. I had power. My mother said, you got a bunch of little minions. But I teach them how to live, how to move and groove, how to do wrong. That's what I was doing. And I had a bunch of them all over town. All right, but that was then. But I'm trying to say to you, things I'm telling you about, I know it's going to come up in a minute. Watch this. That street lifestyle came with a price. Sometimes jail, sometimes your life. But I made that decision for myself. Okay? And when I brought other people or taught other people, that's part of the lesson. You know, one of two things going to happen. They catch you out there, they're going to lock you up. They catch you wrong, they're going to kill you. You still want to play this game? There you go. Just think about it. I ain't the guy going to lure you in something. No, I'm going to tell you the real deal. So now the decision's up to you. And to this day, none of my workers got robbed, killed, or locked up. So that's my jacket for people who work for me. Now, and before I did this lesson, I get it, threw it out there. I'm going to give a lesson because as a teacher, this was really about me teaching. And I'm getting nothing from teaching when I'm the right thing compared to I taught the wrong thing. I had a bunch, and that was the whole purpose of the lesson, but it went somewhere else. But now I was asked the question, why are all your life lessons always about pimps, drugs, dealing in, that life? That's the life that I was brought up in. That's the life that I know. I know more about that than I know anything else. Personally, it ain't a good thing, but that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Sorry about that. I get a little touchy because it's personal. This, as a teacher, I can only teach what I know. Hello? I used to do this. I paid time for that. I no longer do that. I can use that as a teaching tool, not to tell somebody to do it. My kids don't do it. My grandkids don't do it. So again, advocate against it. Why? I was a victim of it. Moving on, let me get back to the lesson. Sorry, I'm about to try to explain my case. I ain't got time for that. Let me get this lesson out the way. And they ask, why is that? I keep telling you, I teach what I know. I ran the streets since I was 11 years old. Yeah, I started early. Why? Follow my dad. The stuff I seen my dad do, I couldn't wait to do. Women handing him money. That was, when I saw the Mac, I'm Goldie. When I went to college, if you know me from Florida, University of Tampa, I was Goldie. Ego tripping. Okay, whacking 75. By 77, I'm Goldie for real. I'm macking. I'm getting paid. They put money in my hand. Sorry about that, having a little flashback. But that's the life that I chose at that time. And yeah, I keep telling you, it comes with a price. But if you're doing it right, to make a difference, okay? There's a price you're going to pay. Watch this. So again, life lesson. Yes, I know the street life. I taught a lot of people how to live the street life and play the game we call the street life. Okay, the hustle game, your game. Male and female. Didn't make a difference to me. Now, let's get to this part. I got all that nonsense out the way. Let's get to the good stuff. Now my life lessons are how not to do the street hustle, aka the wrong thing. You feel me? So there's a difference. And to right this moment, none of the people that I did that stuff with is around today. Not a one. Me, the only one. See where I'm going with that? So that life, ain't about that life. As a teacher in life and giving life lessons, righteous living is what I advocate. What? That's what I'm doing. That's the difference. When I was living that life, I taught what I was living. I ain't no problem with that. Now I'm living a righteous life. I'm teaching, but the only problem is now my students are far and few between. That's on you, right? Because it's your time now. Why? I got the goods. I'm gonna give me the goods. Just like I just gave you them 10 bags and you return that money. Ain't nothing changed. I'm giving advice that you can use and you ain't got to return nothing. Just use it and keep doing what you do, okay? But it's okay. Why? I know teaching righteous living now comes with not a price, but it comes with a reward. Paying the price for something, to be rewarded for doing something. You feel me? See the difference? So hope you get the lesson here. That's the lesson. There's a lesson here. I know I had to put a lesson in here somewhere. And at doing the right thing, what I'm doing now, I don't have to worry about that price of jail or my life. I'm living the right life. I'm living a good life. So death ain't coming to me. Why? I'm gonna go when it's said and done. That's the difference. That guy was going with that guy. If he kept going that way, I changed that. Moving on. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You got to make that change. Everybody's responsible for himself. What he didn't do, got no bearings on me. Moving on. All right. That made what? That made that. What was that? Whoa. I tell you. Okay, yeah, right here. That made that street life look. They made. Excuse me. When I was coming up, they made street life look good. They looked fast. They wore fancy clothes every day. They was dapped out. Man. So, yeah, again, I was a product of my environment. I wanted to be a hustler. I wanted to be a pimp. I wanted to be a drug. Why? That's what I saw. And they made it look good. Hell, I made it look good. Not bragging. Again, hell, I made hustling and drug dealing look good. Okay? Everybody in my family, anybody who knew me back then knew what I was about and didn't dare once say, what you're doing is wrong. Nobody. But when I went to jail, boy, that's a shame. He in jail for selling them drugs. I know he gonna. And they was right. Okay, I got no problem with that. Moving on. I had to deal with that. That was my deal. So again, I had a lot of followers when I was living wrong. Oh man, it was unbelievable. But when reality set in, when I got locked up, nobody. How I'm having the blue neck, where all my friends, my man, when you live that experience, you already know. F them, okay? I took it personal. They didn't stop doing drugs because I wasn't there to sell it to them. So understand that. If they didn't miss me, they ain't got to worry about why. My man Snoop say, miss me with that nonsense. If you want some drugs, you go find a drug dealer. I ain't him. Moving on. Now, I'm trying to make doing the right thing look good. Okay? Knowing thyself. I want you to be impressed or motivated to know thyself. How about that? Not to do that nonsense. I'm God's coolest teacher at this point. Why? I'm working every day. I dress any way I want. I do whatever I want to do. And my whole goal is the same. It ain't changed in 5 years. I want you to know you by any means necessary. My boy Malcolm tell you. And that's what I do for my people. I'm not out here trying to say the world. No, just my people who want the message that I'm putting out. I'm good with that. I put the same energy into what I'm doing here now as I did back when I was put into the game. Okay? I think I missed some. I had something in here. I think I missed that one. Where is that one at? But I guess not. Well, moving on. Sorry about that. Down here. But like I said, the same energy I put into my hustle back in the day, I put that same energy here in my lab day in and day out. And the rewards is so much better than the price I had to pay for that other life. See the difference? I'm trying to get you to understand that. You don't have to do that life to learn. No. Do this. Follow me here. Now, trust me. But man, you're on the edge. I got you. I'm going to pull you in. I got you. Don't worry. Hold on. Where we at? Now, I put the same energy in that I did pimping, selling drugs as I do in my daily teaching, my right thing philosophy. So I sent out a message about Anubis. At Judgment Day, the lady who passed, and Anubis asked her before he took her, how'd you do it? She said, I just gave my best in everything I did. Sound familiar? Be and give your best effort. That's all they asked for. Moving on. That's in one of my lessons too. So that works. Trust me. If you shortchange you shortchanging God. Moving on. In my hood, okay, the hustlers was our teachers. Yeah, they stand around and when they start talking, you listen. And the stuff they was saying, you thought it was law. Back in my day, the number runners, the pimps, and the drug dealers was all teachers. And depending on what you wanted to learn about, you went taught to that one. That was my life. That's what I learned. And I learned from them all. Numbers, drugs, pimp. I want all things. I told you, like Quan Chain Kang in Kung Fu. The 36 chambers, get them all. Numbers, drugs, pimp. I want that. And I lived them. Moving on. That's all I can say about that. Yeah, if I wanted it, I'm going to get it. Moving on. So again, yeah, even when it was wrong, I learned it. I was good at it. Call me Paul. Why? I tried them all. I wasn't selective. I'm doing all of them. I had numbers doing over here. I had bros over here. Okay. My thing was, if you're going to do it, do it. And I did it. Moving on. That's the whole thing. But when it's for the wrong reason, it never ends well. All that hard work I'm putting in now, have been for the 5 years, I don't regret that day. How about that? And look forward to what? To tomorrow. What? I like this. I enjoy this. This is good. For those who tune in and get it, I'm loving it. That's why I'm here and I do what I do. It's for you. Let me get this thing out the way. I see the clock running. Let me rub out of here. I got some things to do this morning. So, all right. Where you at? Yeah, okay. Now, I take all my experience and my wisdom and just use it to teach what? You to be your best self. I use all that information, all that knowledge to put into a lesson so that you can use it and benefit from it. I hope it's working. Now, what's this? If you're doing something, anything, be your best at it. Again, my favorite Imhotep, he was a multi-genius. Why? Whatever he did, he mastered. I was impressed with that. So again, like Kung Fu, whatever you do, master it. Be the best you could. And I did it even when it was wrong. I'm just saying. So it ain't what you do, it's the effort that you put in. And if it's put in the right place, you're rewarded. If it's put in the wrong place, there's a price to pay. Moving on. That's my point. And I know better than anybody. That's why I can tell you, okay, self-effort. They call it self-effort. I call it putting in the work. Same thing, okay, is what you have in what? Abundance. If you are diligent about something that you like, or you ran to grow. Okay, but put that same effort into knowing thyself. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And yes, when you use it wisely, like I do now, the rewards is great. There's no price to pay. You pay the price while you're doing it. That's the price you pay. You got to give before you can receive. Hope you understand this. I'm feeling good. Let me wrap it up. Again, I was taught to hustle, to gain by that guy. So I know who and what I am and what I was about and why I did it. So moving on. What's this? Before, okay, be careful. There you go. Of what and who you learn from. Why? Because what you learn might be to your detriment. That's why. And if you learn it from the wrong person, I can guarantee you there will be detriments. Learning from the right people, there will be rewards, aka blessings. See, I'm not religious, but I know what a blessing from a reward and wrong from right and wrong. So when you do wrong, you can't get right out of wrong. You do bad, you can't get good out of bad. So if you do good, you should get good in return. I can tell you that. Moving on. Right thinkers are being taught the truth from someone who at least knows that about themselves. I'm just giving it to you and you can use it. Why? Because it's universal. Anybody can use it. Truth is truth. Philosophy to follow is anybody. It's like dogma. Anybody can become a Christian, Muslim, or Jew. I believe what they say. Yeah. But you still got some work to do. It's called, again, self-effort. I call it putting in the work. So you put in the work, don't make a difference what you choose. That's my point. Good or bad, your choice. I learned 2 lessons in my life. The wrong way, the right way. Your choice. And first of all, one of them had to set me up for the next one. I had to do wrong for learn my right is you can't have wrong without right. So I just did it backwards. I just did wrong to learn how to be right. Because if you start out right and never do wrong, do you really know wrong? Think about it. Moving on. What I use to teach would land you in jail. Okay? Hustling, drug dealing, pimping. You go to jail for that. It's illegal. And everything I taught back then was illegal. That's right. Now, that what led me, jail. But when it led me to there, if you continue to do something that you know is wrong after paying the price for it, I've been to prison one time for that one offense. Over 40 years ago now, since I've been home. So I don't repeat nonsense. X's are X for a reason. X that life. Moving on, like I did my first 2 wives. Sorry about that. Now I teach you what a way of life that's right. That will keep you what? Out of hell and out of jail. How about that? Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I had some fun teaching it. Right thinkers, may y'all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers have passed away. I'll be back.